Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is ever live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us is Brian Bittler. We got Brad Francis. Javon Burns joins us this evening. We also have Al Ninos. James Clark is back in the fold, making his second appearance in his return. Rod Zawacki. And, of course, we've got Jay Briggs. All right, and this is how we've got them lined up for this evening. We've got Ninos. We got Briggs, we got Francis, Bertz, Bittler, Clark, Zawacki, and then I will close this one out. All right, NCAA tournament, just one game going on right now. UConn 49-42, that'll wrap up the first sessions, and it'll get us into the primetime action. If you missed it earlier, NC State, it was Creighton 72-63 with the win there and the cover. And then, of course, Pitt with that blowout win today against Iowa State. That hurt my feelings there, but let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway today. We'll get started on the show with Al Ninos. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. You can catch him here occasionally on the afternoons show with Jay. Once in a while, he'll pop in that NBA show. We'll bring in Al Ninos in. I think we got Al here stationed and ready to go. Let me just get to the 2 We're ready to go with Al Ninos. Al Ninos, what's happening?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. We're going to be looking here at the NBA tonight. I'm going to be looking here at this Philadelphia 76ers game here against this Hornets team that, they got a bit hit hard with that injury they had to the ball. You know, you lose a guy of that caliber. You know, not only do you lose his shooting ability, but worse yet, you lose his playmaking ability.
Yeah, you know, and they really haven't looked good without him at all. And it's a number, you know, usually when I see big favorites like this, I try to stay away from the bigger spreads if I like the favorite. I kind of liked, even despite the injuries for the Hornets, I kind of, at first glance, I wanted to back them full game, getting more than 10 points here. But digging a little deeper, you look at their numbers, and it's really not too pretty as home dogs, just 9-16 against the spread. And as you mentioned already, just not looking good without ball. And obviously a bit of a mismatch tonight. I think full game, I may still lean towards them covering this number, but again, it's hard for me to go against their trends this season. And all that being said, I will go with the 76ers, but still don't want to lay those double digits, and I'd rather look at them in the first quarter where they're laying 3.5 points. I think they should cover that, come out strong, and catch the Hornets maybe dragging a bit as they have been. And not a very good first quarter team either. The Hornets are just the fourth worst quarter team in the league, and just coming off to slow starts, and obviously haven't been finishing too strong either, but really terrible at the gate. So when I crunch all the numbers, I'd rather be laying the 3.5 in the first quarter than the 10.5 full game. So give me 76ers first quarter.
76 first quarter here, lay the 3.5. Pretty much Philadelphia at full strength here. I'm looking here at this injury report. This McDaniels, their starters are in this one. Looks like this may be also a front end of back-to-back here for Philadelphia. Let's keep an eye here on the minutes here. But again, the way Philadelphia has been playing, especially inside here with Embiid getting those, he's been a 30-plus guy here in points for running a nice streak right now.
Yeah, I should have a big game. I've mentioned a big part of the Hornets' struggles have been not only ball being out the lineup, but been pretty small lately. And I just, it should be another big game for Embiid. They got Nick Richards here starting at center, but I don't know. I still think Embiid goes off on him.
All right, so we got Al Ninos here on 76ers first quarter, lay the 3.5 here against the Hornets. Top of the hour, this one begins. All right, Al Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, we got the 890 units of profit. Seen El Ninos atop the 7-day leaderboard has been on absolute fire right now. Of course, we still have 8 games to go here from college basketball. As we're about finishing the early slate is about to finish it with Iona and Connecticut. That will conclude the early slate. Then we get into the primetime slate tonight. With that 8-game card NBA, a few on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, just one in the NHL. I got a 3-pack in the NBA. 1-1 so far in college basketball. Still have one college basketball play up there if you're on a long-term pass, and got my $15 play in the NBA as well. So if you're just looking for that one, that's up there as well. But not a bad day to go long-term. A lot of action still out there.
Lots of action indeed, guys. Got over the El Ninos over at Pick Dodge. Great results here over the past 7 days. He has his plays up for you right now individually, but again here on a weekend, I think your best value is that 3-day All Sports Pass. All of L's premium plays for 3 days. You got NCAA coverage here for tonight, Saturday, Sunday. Don't forget they're mixing the NIT this week in the second round, CBI as well, the first 2 rounds as well. So lots of college. It's going to feel like a Thursday, Friday on this weekend when you factor in the minor tournaments in there with the NCAA tournaments. Of course, NBA, NHL, use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. All right, El Ninos, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. You've been on a nice little hot run right now. We'll talk with you again next week, but they can also catch you on the weekends in the morning shows.
That's right. Should be on tomorrow, 10 a.m. and Sunday, same time. So make sure you tune in for those with Mitch, the morning crew, and some of us you see on the drive-through here as well.
That's right. Loaded show there, especially here for the round of 32. Should be a lot of good matchups, guys. So be sure to tune in. El Ninos here on the drive-through. Let's continue here on our coverage, guys. We're going to go up and bring in Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge. We hope you're catching his jam session on demand. Video rundown, he plays every day here on the channel. Or you can catch him live 4 p.m. Eastern time with the NBA Live show with a lot of breaking news, injury updates with Al and the gang. Sometimes he'll have folks that join him in the conversation. So I invite you guys to tune into that show or watch the archive as it's up right now from the show that they filmed here a few hours ago. So let's go ahead and we'll bring in Jay Briggs. I think we're ready to roll here. Let's see if we get Jay in here in just a second. We just got to get the camera set up here. Let's see here. Still working on my switch box here that has to be reprogrammed. So that's a big nightmare, but I'll have that ready to roll again Monday. So I'll be quicker with the switches here. So let me see if we can bring in Jay here in just a second. I know I got his 2 cameras somewhere, but I may just bring him in the full camera here in just a second if I can't recognize where I placed his camera. That's always a challenge here when you have a large show like ours and you have a disaster strike on your switcher box. You have to make things roll here. But I see him on here. I just got to find the right camera set. Here we go. I find you. Here we go, Jay. What's going on?
What's going on, Tony T? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Ask me on Monday. I think I'll be doing a lot better. But anyway, tonight we're going to the NBA. A team that is near and dear to you. This Mavericks team. Of course, they've been hobbled a little bit by injury. As we know, it looks like big questions here with Irving. We got Doncic on the men here. Of course, the Lakers are going to be home. They're going to be laying the 4.5 points here, total 228.
Yes, sir, Tony. You still seeing Kyrie Irving questionable, or
let me see what we have here on the update here with Kyrie Irving, because that was a big question mark coming in. I'm still showing him as a questionable. Let me refresh, see if there's any updates. Still Doncic out. I'm showing McGee and Morris questionable. Of course, on the Lakers side, we know Bamba James out there, still showing Davis as probable, and still showing Kyrie Irving as questionable. Let me see if I can give you the latest update here. If there's any news here, they might have been in LA. Maybe there was a shoot around, and he did participate in the shoot around. Yeah,
he did. Yeah. But he's done that the last few shoot arounds. So I like the Lakers, Tony. I'm gonna roll with the Lakers today. I'm gonna fade my Mavericks. I don't think Kyrie plays tonight. I think he takes one more night off. I don't think he plays, and I think the Lakers get this game at home. My Mavs are on a downslide right now. If you have watched my jam sessions, either one this morning, I kind of talked about it. I think my Mavs are content with the spot that they're in right now. They're okay with free falling. They're prioritizing health more so over seeding. Can I be mad? Kinda. Do I understand? I do. Tonight, man, I think the Lakers, the more desperate team, the team that really wants to improve their seeding. With Anthony Davis back in the fold tonight, I do think they beat up on my Mavs. Let's not forget my Mavericks are the worst cover team in the NBA. We're actually dead tied with the Miami Heat, but they're both the worst ATS teams in the NBA. We do got some young guys that can play some great basketball. They kept the game on the road competitive with the Grizzlies, but I don't see that being the case tonight. I do think the Lakers win this game pretty comfortably. I'll lay the 4.5 with them here in this one.
All right, we got Jay here on the Lakers. Lay the 4.5 here against the Mavericks. Still question marks here about Irving. Did participate in that shoot around, so keep an eye there. Looks like Hardaway is in the lineup tonight. Of course, with the Lakers, it's been all about the defense since they came back from the break and they made the trades. They've been defending better. And also, when you take a look at the Lakers since the All-Star break, they have bounced back with a win after every loss.
Yeah, they have. They've been playing really great basketball coming out of the break, and I've been on the Lakers a ton coming out of the break. I thought they were going to go on a run. Even when LeBron went down, I thought that we were going to see the best of Anthony Davis. He's been in and out of the lineup sometimes, but he has been playing some really great basketball, and I do expect him to do that tonight. I do think their defense will take a step forward tonight with my Mavs not having their two leading scorers with Kyrie and Luka out there on the floor tonight. With my Mavericks team, those guys generate almost all our offense. We got a young rookie, Hardy, who's going to be trying to carry a lot of the load tonight. But like I said, he's a rookie. Some games he looks really good, but I don't think it'll be enough here tonight with Anthony Davis down there, down low. Maybe one of the Mavs get high from downtown. It's very plausible, but I like the Lakers in this spot tonight. I think they win this game pretty comfortably.
Lakers coming off that loss. I just wanted to take a look here at this Western Conference because it's really jammed up here. And a little concern here, for this Mavericks team because the Mavericks are sitting at the 8th seed and sitting right now. And if the Mavericks lose, they go to 36 losses. And sitting out of the playoffs right now in the 11th and 12th seed are Utah and Pelicans. You know how many losses those teams have? 36. So I'm telling you right now, you could the Dallas Mavericks can find themselves out of the postseason picture altogether if they continue this slide. They're only one game in the loss column ahead of the 12th seed. Should alarms be sirening off over there?
Yeah, it's a bad place to be in. I do think currently the 10 teams that are in are going to be the 10 teams that make it. With the Thunder Buddies getting in, I don't think the Jazz or the Pelicans or even the Portland Trailblazers have enough to make that final push. I think the 10 that are in are going to make it. Now, the order and that bottom 4, that's another question. But, I think when it's all said and done, the Lakers and the Mavs are probably the 2 teams that come out of there. Hey, I mean, who knows, man? Tony, there's still a lot of basketball left. The Clippers could fall back in there. Golden State could as well. It's a lot of basketball left to be played. But I do think these 10 are the 10 we're going to be looking at when it comes to the play-in.
Yeah, the wild thing about it is the Clippers or even the Phoenix Suns with 32 losses, only 4 games on loss column ahead of the 12th seeded Pelicans. That's how loaded it is between seeds 12 and 4. People looking for that 6th seed because that means you get a week off. You don't have to deal with that play-in nonsense. So that 6th seed should be important to people. But I guess people are rather, let me just give me the day off now. I'll play after the season's over. So there's a lot going on with it, as you can tell. Lakers laying the 4.5 here against the Mavericks. This one late tonight, NBA TV. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, so we've got still 8 games on the board here to go in college basketball as we're into the Friday round here. It's a 10-point lead from UConn, 12 minutes. That's a final early slate game still going on. We got 8 more games coming on in the primetime hour. 8 from the NBA. I know you dabble in the ice. We got some on the ice right now. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Tonight, Tony, I have a 3-pack in the NBA, which includes my $15 NBA Jam Session play, my best bet in the NBA every night. You can scoop that 3-pack up with that pack, that play in there, or you can just get that $15 play individually. I also have a 3-pack in college hoops tonight with my college hoops best bet in that pack as well. So got a college hoops 3-pack and an NBA 3-pack, and my best bets are sold separately, man. So however you want to do it, hop on a 3-day pass, though, man. Try me out for the weekend. Get on my plays for this evening, tomorrow, and Sunday, man, as we try to stay hot in the NBA and college hoops here at Pick Dogs, man.
That's right. Stay hot with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with this place for tonight. As you mentioned, this NBA Jam Session. That 3-day pass is a great way to go here, guys. 3 days of premium plays from Jay. NBA, college basketball, until they whittle the tournament down to 16 teams. With that 3-day pass, pick as a promo, you'll save 15% off. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk to you again on Monday. But no, we can catch you in the morning shows. And, of course, let everybody know about your jam session and your live show, NBA, on 4 Eastern time.
Yes, sir. I will be on there tomorrow morning with the guys in the morning, so I can catch me there. And you can catch my jam session in the morning as I run through the entire NBA card as we try to get ahead of some of the information early. And then I come back later in the afternoon. I usually bring on a guest. I had my guy Hot Rod on there today, man. He came on there. We dropped the parlay at the end, talked about all the games. So y'all can go check that out right after you finish the drive-through. And check it out every day as I go live 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. So going to have a lot more guys on the show soon, man. So, yeah, check it out soon, man. Check it out.
Check it out there on the Pick Dog YouTube channel, the live NBA show and Jay's NBA Jam session. Check it out there. All right, Jay, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir, Tony. I'll see you on Monday.
You got it, Jay Briggs here on the Drive Thru. Reminder, guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap here at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We're going to give you an update on the game. It's an 11-point game, UConn and Iona here. In 10 minutes left in the second half there, so I know it's a 9. They were favored 9, so it's very close to that point spread. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Up next, we got Brad Francis. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brad in. Of course, I believe they're going to shoot the UFC show tonight. If Mills was correct about that, he told me that yesterday that they were planning on doing the show today. We'll bring him in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. All right, tonight, here we go. You're going to be looking at this late game here between Kent and Indiana. Kent from the Mid-American Conference has really played well of late here, facing this Indiana Big Ten school.
Yep, and I'm all over Kent State here. I mean, just looking at some numbers, they can't come into this one 21-10-1 ATS on the season, 7-3 ATS in their last 10, and 4-0 ATS as a dog this season. So they've just been an absolute moneymaker, and they've played some good teams well. They played Gonzaga, Houston, College of Charleston, and they held Houston to 49 points and only lost that game by 5. So they could keep up with these larger schools and things like that. And Indiana, they have some good talent. They have good pieces for sure. But when you watch them, they don't blow you away at all. They've been upsetted 5 times this season, and I think we could see that happen again with this Kent State team. I honestly like Kent State as on the money line. I think there's some good value there, but just to play it safe, take the 4.5. I could see it being a close game, but like I said, if you're taking the money line, I don't think that's a bad option as well.
All right, we got Brad coming in here on Kent here. The Golden Flashes here. Go ahead and take the points in this one. You're going to get about 4.5 in this one here, in this late night game tonight up there. And, looking at this Kent team, Brad, they've really shot the ball very well down the stretch. I mean, they won, 10 of their past 11 games. And, of course, Indiana has not really been a very good cover team of late.
Exactly, yeah. And Kent State, I mean, they're known for their defense, really. They have really solid defense. Like I said, they've held some really good teams to below average when it comes to their point average. So, yeah, I'm loving Kent State here. They look like they're in better form. Indiana, I mean, the Big Ten just hasn't really impressed me in a whole this year. So, yeah, loving them here in this spot.
All right, we got Brad here going to take Kent State here, plus the 4.5. This is going to be one of your late games tonight. This one is going to air over on the CBS tonight, and this one goes off here at 9:50, about 10 Eastern time, very late night tonight here up there with your college basketball. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, lots going on right now with the NCAA tournament. We still have the second half games coming up here. Eight here left on the board. We got an NBA board with 8 games as well, so we have a lot of action. Why don't you let everybody know what you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had a college basketball package. That's not for sale anymore since the game started, but I still got one more college basketball play on there, and it's actually my favorite pick of the night. So check that out, 5-star college basketball premium pick. That's what it's under, and it's going for $15 right now. So check that out. I'm ready to finish the night strong.
That's right, guys. I got it with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great action for tonight over on the board. And of course, remember that promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off any long-term pass. Of course, we're talking about the long-term passes. You got to think about that 30-day pass. 30-day pass right now. Get off Brad's action until they whittle down this tournament to 16 teams. All right, Brad, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend. Let everybody know about you and Mills with your UFC show.
Yeah, we're going to do a show right after the drive-thru tonight, just a quick Friday show. So, yeah, be sure to stay on. Check that out. UFC 286, it's a great card. We got the rematch between Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. So, super excited for it. And me and Mills are going to give you guys some picks on there right after the show.
So, make sure you guys stay tuned. More picks come up with Brad and Brad and company here on the show. So, make sure you stay tuned here with Brad and Mills with that great show they have running on. All right, Brad, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again next week. And, of course, we'll be tuning in to your show with Mills tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive-Thru. Reminder, guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Javon Burtz is up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. doing great work up there. It's top of the leaderboards here for the year. Has put up some fantastic numbers again here in 2023. I think we're ready to roll here. I think we're going to bring in Javon Burns. Javon, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight to NCAA tournament. This is one of the more competitive games tonight. You'll be looking at here in this one here, as Providence will be taking the court tonight here in college hoops about the top of the hour. They have a worthy opponent. I believe it's the Providence. I'm looking at in this matchup tonight. How do you see it?
Yeah, I don't make it easy for myself. That's for sure. I'm gonna roll with Providence in this one. Now, truth be told, Providence didn't end the year so hot. Losers of the last three, and two. No, we really won. The one against Seton Hall, they just really laid the egg. They did try to come back against UConn, their last loss in the Xavier game. It was a battle, but yeah, they haven't looked the same. And I don't know if it has anything to do with rumors of Ed Cooley going down to Georgetown or what. But I think they have some separation from the last time that they played till tonight, and I think that's gonna bode well for them against a Kentucky team who they did lose to Vandy twice, in 2 out of the last 3 games. So it's just one of those things where I think that this game is gonna come down to the last 2 minutes of the ball game. I think it's gonna be a 1-possession game, and both teams are gonna leave it all on the court. Now, this Providence team, they're a good shooting team, good 3-point shooting team, a real gritty team at that, so they're not going to back down from Kentucky. Kentucky has Oscar down low, but other than that, who do they have, to really, stop what Providence likes to do, in the paint, in the mid-range, and, dribble drives and all that stuff. So I'm expecting Providence to have a good showing, and like I said, I'm expecting somewhere in the low to mid 70s. The winner should get to that. So I think the over should be in play also. So yeah, but I'm expecting a 3-point game at the most. So give me Providence.
All right, we got Javon here. You're going to take Providence here plus the 4.5 here against this Kentucky team. A very inconsistent team. Really hard to get a grip on this team. And of course, at Providence, they played well for Cooley, although the defense kind of went south toward the end of the season.
No, absolutely. That's where the 3 games came from. They gave up 94, 82, and 73 points. So and really, UConn kind of slowed down in the second half. So UConn in the first half, it looked like they was going to get to 80 plus. Truth be told in that game. But yeah, like I said, they last played on the 9th. So that was over a week ago. So you have a reset. So whatever was going on, how they lowered their level of play, it should all be water under the bridge. You know what I mean? It's a Friday. It's win or go home, and I think they're gonna leave it all out there on the court. So yeah, I think their defensive level should be up to par in this one against a Kentucky team who they take from the times I've seen them play, they take a lot of ill-advised shots. Let's just say that about them. So they don't make it easy on themselves.
All right, we got Javon here on Providence plus 4.5 here against Kentucky. This one begins here, top of the hour. All right, Javon, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium. Look at these results here. 2,470 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here. 8 games still on the board here as we're closing out the early slate here with Iona, Connecticut. So we've got 8 games remaining tonight, as well as 8 from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books with my Take Flight Friday NCAA Tournament 3-pack, primetime 3-pack. 3 games on the primetime slate that I particularly like. I think you're gonna cash. Right now I'm at plus money. That number right there should increase to 100 in momentarily because I just hit on the Creighton game, and had to sweat it out a little bit. But when you have an NC State team who was just dealing with one guy, that's not sustainable, and they wasn't getting assists like that. So it took some time, but Creighton did what they had to do, hit some clutch threes, and they pulled that out. But yeah, check me on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly. If you've been rocking with me, you've been getting that money. That's just the way it's been for a minute now. So also match me on one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 Capital Promotional. There's a lot of us hard at pick dogs, and it's gonna stay that way. So it's all here Sports Chat Place and pick dogs. Let's get it.
Just getting in with Javon Burns to get on board. You see the great results. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off. Also, that 3-day pass, if you want to check that out, that'll take you through the weekend when they whittle down this tournament down to 16 teams. Don't remember, NIT, second round Saturday and Sunday, CBI, first 2 rounds Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to be like Thursday, Friday, cars and college hoops. Tons of action here, wall to wall again. I kind of like it. I think they want to give the women a little bit more of the showcase there on the weekend, so they push the NIT to the weekend, but it makes for big cards on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, me, myself, when everything's going on at the same time, for me, it's just, the big dance. And then if I see something that I want to, do a deep dive in, I'll do that with the, with the CBI, CIT, and, NIT. But, other than that, it's full systems go on the male side. As far as the women's side, if it's not UConn or South Carolina, the mainstays in women's college basketball, I'm not really checking for it like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, but there's money to be had on the women's side too, because you see a lot of blowouts. I'll say that.
Yeah, and it's going to get our attention. It's going to get our attention next week because the way they put this NIT and CBI schedule, so they're going to showcase the women. So something a little different because we'll be looking at a lot of NIT matchups. So it's a little different here this week. All right, Javon, continue that great work. We wanted an update on that computer when we get that parlay back up there.
It's here. It's here now. Yeah, I just gotta set up because it's a whole new get up. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That might take longer than the shipment.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Get that. You got to get everything ready to roll. Get the video set, and it takes some time. But anyway, Javon, we'll catch you in the recap, and also we can catch on the weekend shows, right?
Absolutely. I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll be there Sunday.
You got it. Check out Javon on the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern time with his picks as we head into big action here Saturday and Sunday. All right, John, we'll talk to him just a little bit. Javon Burt's here on the drive-through. All right, guys, reminder, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Javon will help us out with them. That's how I can squeeze another pick out of Javon and schedule him on the recap. All right, he's red hot here on the site, guys. So stay tuned. Continue on here on the drive-through. Brian Biller is up next. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Brian. Always great talking to Brian. Always great conversation. Always signs in early, so we have a nice little conversation before the show. We always look forward to that. So we'll bring in Brian right now. Catch him over there. Been a veteran of several of these March Madness. This is nothing new to him. We've been through all this before. But this weekend they make it interesting because, we like to look for opportunities anywhere. So they throw in these NIT CBIs and then we're like, we're all excited again.
Definitely into the CIT, NITs, but I never bet a women's college basketball game ever in my life. And it's always tough to follow the number one handicapper right now, Joe Vaughn. He's doing a tremendous job over there at pickdogs.com. Everybody make sure they check him out, but definitely going to be a big weekend for college basketball.
Yeah, big weekend here. I'm telling you, they really scheduled some really good primetime games. They really did it again. These are some interesting first-round matchups here. Let's just look at the lines here. As UConn pulling away a little bit, 14 on Iona here, 6 minutes left. So if you have the +9, you're sweating a little bit. Even if you have the -9, you're still sweating. I know. But anyway, Miami here is going to be laying 2.5 against this Drake team, winners of the Missouri Valley Conference here in about an hour.
I tell you what, two of the teams I probably like least in college basketball squaring off tonight, Miami Hurricanes and the Drake Bulldogs playing. Looks to me like the bigger bettors here are favoring Drake by the samples that I have seen. What scared me off this game as far as premium picks go, just too many guys I know really liking Drake tonight, and that worries me a little bit. But Drake closed out the season on a strong note, winning 9 of their last 10 games. And if you look at the defensive rating of these two teams, Drake clocks in 17th in the country. Hurricanes at 232nd. I know Drake plays in a much easier conference, but I think the defense is going to be the key come the end of this game. And you're looking at an ACC team only laying 2.5. And now it looks like Miami will have their full roster of talent for this game. Bulldogs 5-0, 5-0-1 last 6 neutral site games, 8-1 last 9 games overall. And the Bulldogs on a Friday night, 9-3 last 12. Miami Hurricanes have missed the cover in 4 straight games. Give me the Drake Bulldogs plus any points you can get tonight.
All right, Drake here, plus 2.5 here against Miami. Yeah, this catches everyone's attention. You know, Missouri Valley Conference was a team that once could do some damage in this tournament. Remember those really good Northern Iowa teams back in the day, you know, in Arch Madness when it's at its highest. Although they've had some teams exit the conference for bigger and better, that's going to happen. And, of course, it hasn't been to this level. But Drake, you know, Drake used to be Drek. Remember the days when they were one of the worst teams in all of college basketball? Huh?
I don't remember that, but
You don't?
Over the last few years, Drake has been a mainstay in the Missouri Valley Conference the last couple of years. They've been a tough out, but I don't remember when they were Drake.
Oh, yeah. That was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. They went through a horrible spell, but they've turned it around here the last couple of years. But Drake was dreadful, man. I mean, just absolutely dreadful. We used to call him, that was the name, Drake. But no, but they've turned it around, this team, this program. That's what happens sometimes in these smaller conferences, right? Because you get experienced teams together, and it takes time to build them. You don't often have the opportunities to reload. You have to pretty much build from the bottom up. Play a lot of young players. We see that a lot of times in some of these conferences. But you know, this is a Drake team that deserving 27-7 on the season. You know, anytime you pound the team in the conference tournament final like they do Bradley, you got to give an eye to them.
For sure, definitely an eye opener. And plus, you know, if they knock off Miami Hurricanes tonight, that'll be a huge feather in the cap of Drake. Definitely maybe the best win of all time for the program. So I'm going to be rooting for Drake to pull off the outright upset.
All right, Brian here is going to be here on the Drake Bulldogs here. And, of course, this one you're going to get plus 2.5. It's one of the late games tonight here on a really pretty good primetime card. They kind of set it up nicely here for Friday night.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's going to be tough for me to get to bed early tonight. I'll probably be up to close to 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just a lot of action going on. Kent State and Indiana is a game that I'm going to want to watch to a conclusion because I have a feeling on that game. But lots of good action. It's going to keep me up late for sure.
No doubt about that. Everybody know what you got going over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Brian, 8 games in the primetime slate. We've just mentioned some of the big matchups tonight. 8 in the NBA as well. A few on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tell you what, I've been faltering a little bit the last 2 days, but overall, my $15 titanium play, 124.91 over the last 215 of those $15 plays you can get over at pickdogs.com. My strongest play is in college basketball tonight, my titanium play, so make sure you guys head on over there and pick that up. Also, my square dance and 3-pack that includes that titanium play, still up for sale at pickdogs.com. $50 gets you my 3 best winners on the night. So it's going to be a big weekend. Maybe pair me up with Jovan there on a 3-day pass. But any way you slice it, should be a big weekend over at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Brian Biller over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, again, this plays for tonight. But again, we talked about that 3-day pass, a great value right now. All of Brian's premium plays for 3 days. When they whittle this tournament down to 16 teams, is action tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. NBA, NHL, and of course we got, if he's in action, some of the minor tournaments as well, because I told you the second round of the NIT is packed into Saturday and Sunday. The first 2 rounds of CBI is Saturday and Sunday. Again, they want to give the women the stage next week during the week, so check it out there until we reach the Sweet 16. That is all right. Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday to start off the week.
I'll tell you what, I don't know. I'm going out square dance tonight at St. Patrick's Day, and those bars are going to be packed. And I'm an old man now, so I might take the Friday off from the square dancing, but I'll be back on Monday with you, Tony. Looking forward to it. You know,
when you say square dancing, I picture you being the young guy over there.
Yeah, that's true. You know, most of the guys out there square dancing are in their 70s, and I'm the young stud of the group, but I'm telling you, St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to sit it out for sure.
You're going to sit it out. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again on Monday. And Brian Biller here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here in the show. We're going to welcome back James Clark to the show. He was with us here last week. He back here on the drive-thru. Bring him in. As you know, he's very good in the NBA. He's going to come in with an NBA play tonight. We're getting coverage from James. We'll get him here in just a second. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So let me see if we can find his camera setting, and we'll bring him in right now. Ready to roll here with James Clark. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing better, man. I could have used some help from your team last night.
Yeah, I know, man. I thought we had it, then we didn't. I thought we had it, and then there at the end, I think Bob Huggins called a timeout at the wrong time. I think we should have saved that timeout for. I mean, if we got that timeout, we could have called the last one if he saved it. Got the ball, half court there, run a play to get a better shot. But it breaks my heart too, Tony.
Yeah, I thought Maryland couldn't win anything away from home. I thought that was their game, but they couldn't get it. It looks promising in the beginning, and then there you go, false hope there at the beginning. Great start and choking it away. But it's funny. Huggins have not had really good luck getting out of that weekend.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't understand with him setting Stevenson so long. I know Stevenson struggled a little bit. That's our go-to guy there. There when we needed points, when Maryland was coming back on us, he was on the bench. Stevenson was on the bench. I know we was riding the hot hand, but when you got a shooter like right when you come back in the game, he hit a three there. I just think there's a couple coaching things I think he should have done different. And one of them was Stevenson was out the second half for at least 6 or 7 minutes, and he wasn't in foul trouble. I just didn't see why he shouldn't have been on the floor.
Yeah, you got to be careful these days, man. Your studs, you got to play them because there's people out there trying to poach them away with this transfer portal stuff.
Yes, for sure. Right. I mean, we got him through the transfer portal, and he was about a 20-point guy for us, led us all year in in offense.
Yep. These transfer guys, they may move again. They're mobile. Everybody seems to be mobile in college hoops. But here we go tonight. We go to the NBA. James, you've been great to us here with the NBA over the years. You've been here. Cavaliers are hosting the Wizards. Cavs laying 5. The total sits now at 221.5.
Yeah, no, guys, you look at these two teams here. The Cavs going for a 3-0 sweep in the season here, and I look for them to do it again. This Cavs team, I know tonight they're missing Allen with an eye injury, but they're still pretty big inside. With Mobley, Mitchell's been playing good, Garland's been playing good. This Cavs team, I think they're going to make a big splash here in the playoffs. If I was the team from the East, I don't know if I want to go against this Cavs team. It's got weapons, good defense, long team, tall, strong, and Wizards. They've been playing. They're hit and miss. They've had a lot of injuries through the season. Bradley Beal in and out, Kuzma in and out. Porzingis, we know he's always, to get a splinter in his finger, and he'll be out for a week or so. But he's played pretty good this season. But I look for the Cavs. Like I said, the season sweep. I look for him to cover this number pretty easily here. With the Wizards, I just don't see them contending. They might hang in there first 3 quarters, but I see the Cavs taking over here in the fourth quarter and give us a 7 or 8 point win here.
All right, James is going to be here on the Cavaliers, lay the 5 here against these Wizards. Wizards have had some success here on the road, but you got to be careful when you're looking at these Eastern Conference. There's a lot of bad teams in the East, and you can pile up wins. Yeah, Allen is out. When I hear eye injury, what comes to mind is guys, they got goggles. Back in the day, they used to wear goggles for eye injuries. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was scratched in the eye. That's why he wore goggles. And you know what? When he wore the goggles, he was playing pretty good. He kept them on because if I wear these goggles, no one's gonna poke me in the eye.
And not these days, Tony. These guys are too cool for them goggles. They think they ain't gonna wear the goggles just to get out there. And anytime, how it is these days, anytime you get a chance to set a game, these times, these guys are going to set a game.
Yep, that's right. Just give them an opportunity to sit, and they'll take it, but they'll take that seat. That's how it seems like in the NBA. It's craziness there. All right, James here on the Cavaliers lay the 5 here against the Wizards. This one to start here, 7:40 Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, we're about to ready to start the evening sessions here pretty soon here from college hoops. We've got 8 games left to go here tonight. We got 8 in the NBA. Doing good results over the last 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, guys, a lot of my college went off earlier today, but I do have a 3-pack in the NBA, 3 games that I really love. Been on fire really in the NBA the last 90 days here. Like I said earlier on the show, the first 30 days of the season, I dug myself a hole, but the last 90 days, I'm plus 1,600 in the NBA. Dug myself all the way out to almost plus 300 right now in the NBA, and looking to go for a 3-0 sweep tonight, guys. Like I said, I really like the 3 plays I got going on tonight. You know, I do have one college play up. It ain't for sale. It was in a big 5-pack, but it was one of my premium plays. But I don't care to give it out because it's one of my last plays. I like Montana State tonight, plus the points, +8, +7.5. Seems like the Big 12 here. You know, they beat up on each other all year through the season, and it seems like, you know, they're getting in the tournaments here. They're trying to take a sigh of release because they ain't facing a Big 12 team, and it's getting them beat. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if Montana don't pull out an upset here, but I really like them in the points. But like I said, I got that 3-pack going on for sale, or you can team me up with any of the cappers on the show. As I say, every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
Yeah, put some money in your pocket with James Clark over at Pick Dogs. Get on board. You see the great results the last 3 days. 3-pack on the NBA, and of course, the 3-day pass is a great value that'll take you all the way to when they whittle this NCAA tournament down to 16 teams. NBA is well covered for that 3-day pass. They get the long-term pass. Pick is the promo code to save 15% off. Right, James? As always, great having you on the show. Continue your success. We'll catch up with you again next week, and we'll see if you get any of those open slots on the weekend shows. Do you plan on also guessing? I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, I probably won't be on the weekend shows where day shifts. I'm back on day shift.
Gotcha.
But you'll see me Mondays and Fridays on the draft there, guys. So or any spots I can fill in that's open, I'll try to jump in there. But definitely see me Mondays and Fridays, guys.
Gotcha. Mondays, Fridays here on the drive through. Right, James. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All righty. Thank you, Tony, for having me on. And good luck, everybody. Let's cash some tickets.
Cash some tickets indeed. James Clark here on the drive through. Great here in the NBA. And James, join us here. We got a Monday and Fridays. Anytime you can fill in an open spot, he will as well. Let's continue here on the drive through. Up next is Ron Zawacki. Boy, you wait till he catches. He's ready to roll here for St. Patty's Day. He's definitely in fashion here for it. So wait till you see what he's got rolling here. We're going to bring him in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Pim. Also, reminder, guys, after our show, as you can see, Mills is in the chat room right now. Mills and Brad will have the UFC show immediately following the drive-through. But first, let's bring him in, Rod Zawacki on St. Patty's Day. Rod, how's it going?
Going good. I can't complain. Looks like we're going to be off to a nice 2-0 start in college hoops and continue to roll. I'm not complaining about today at all. We'll do a little Irish jig here pretty soon. So
Absolutely. Yeah, there's some maintenance going on in this Iona game. Iona down 23 minutes. There's some delay here because they're fixing the net, the rim. I don't know what's going on. They got a maintenance guy up there. 3 minutes left.
Yeah, a maintenance guy. Fixing the net.
Fixing the net. I guess Iona thinks that it's causing them to miss a lot of shots. So a 20-point game, and if you're, if you're holding +9, you are not happy right now in that one. As the UConn is a pound. It looks like they're going to pound another opponent.
Yeah, they are. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
And speaking of pounding, here's a segue to another pounding, possibly Gonzaga here to face Grand Canyon. This one, we got Gonzaga here laying 15.5. Total sits at 154.
Yeah, you look at this one. The last time I was on the drive-thru, I said take Gonzaga. They're going to go all the way. And it's going to start right here with Grand Canyon. You look at this, the Zags, and they've been rolling, winners of 9 straight. And over those 9 games, they've been rolling out long. And the reason to that is their hot start. They jump out to quick. They like to play fast pace and get things rolling, and that's what they do. They high pace and just roll right along. In the first half, they get up big and continue to roll. In those 9 wins, you look, they're averaging in the first half getting a minus 15 point differential. So they've been jumping out of huge first half leads, and I think that's what they do here tonight as well, and just continue to roll. Grand Canyon, we know they like to try to slow the pace and play some stingy defense, but the problem is they've definitely not completely played some stingy defense. Sure, they did get hot in the MAC tournament or in the WAC tournament and won 4 straight and ended up finishing the season coming to this point 5-1 ATS in their last 6, but they've got housed a few times. They gave up 80 to Abilene Christian, 80 to Stephen F. Austin, 80 to Tarleton State, 80 to plus the Utah Tech, and now you're going to go against the Zags team who rates number 1 in offense efficiency. You're in trouble here in this one. The only way that I see is Grand Canyon shoots lights out from beyond the arc, and I don't see that. The Zags know that that's what Grand Canyon's going to do. Try to shoot lights out from behind the arc and slow this down. Not the way that the Zags like to play. They over those 9 wins, you look, they're averaging 86.5 points a game, while their defense has stepped it up as well, holding teams to 65 points a game, and that's a 21 points difference, and that gets us the win and cover. We're going to take the Zags, lay the 15.5. I think they win by 20 plus.
All right, we got Rod here on the Zags. Lay the 15 here, 15.5 here against Grand Canyon. The Zags, took some losses early, had some upsets in the conference early, but man, they really did it right. They peaked at the right time down the stretch. They played really good. This Grand Canyon, I think that they caught a little break that Utah Valley choked in that semifinal against Southern Utah. Southern Utah made that big 23-point comeback in the second half. They might have been a little gassed, a little too emotional to come back right in a short turnaround here to face Grand Canyon in that WAC final.
Yeah, that WAC final, they whooped Southern Utah, as you said. They just definitely looked gassed. They won by 15, 17, something like that. They just took it to them, and you're not going to take it to the Zags here. They're ready to roll. Little bonus play for you. I like the Zags in the first half too. I think I got it at minus 8.5 in the first half. It might have ticked up to 9. I still like it by double digits. As I said, over those 9 wins, they've been having a 15-plus point lead at heading into the half in 9 of those, in a good chunk of those 9 games. So I'm going to take the Zags first half and full game.
There you go. First half full game. Zags laying 15.5 here at Grand Canyon. Tonight's action here from college basketball. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, lots on the board. We got 8 games still to roll here from the night sessions tonight here from college hoops. Of course, 8 on the board as well here from the NBA. We've got some on the ice as well. Showing great results over the past 30 days. 1,480 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. That number should be going up with the Bros producing some winners already 2-0 on the day. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And I still got 2 more college basketball plays left on the board, and including my $15 college basketball swish. We crushed it with UCLA, looking to hit it again with that play tonight. You can get singly $15, or it's included in my 2-for-1 Steak Friday, where, as I said, you get 2 college basketball plays and my top-rated play in tonight's NBA action. Scoop that up. Or I've got my top-rated play, 10-star best bet of the day on the ice over at Pick Dodge Premium. Or now's the time, grab that 3-day, get everything I got going for the rest of the night. We got a stat card tomorrow, including a stat card in the NHL. And we got Sunday's action as well. So grab a 3-day pass. Join me for the weekend. Let's continue to pound these bookies. Or, as you can see, I'm not the only one that's been hot and on fire over at Pick Dogs. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper deal. Always, 2 heads always better than 1. Jump aboard over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code PICK and save 50% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs Premium.
Yep, promo code PICK, save that 15% off. Get on board with Rod Zawacki. He's been red hot. The long-term pass is good. 3-day pass will get you through the weekend. Of course, that's a great value there when they whittle this tournament down to 16 teams. Great value there. Get the long-term. That's your best value there. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But you got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. You got the Puck Dogs with you and Chris rolling off those NHL videos. And, of course, that morning show.
Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow for the morning show. Always a good time. Had by all on the weekend. Kind of do the drive-through style, and everybody gets a little say. And definitely good to hear somebody else's opinion and takes on games as well. So I definitely enjoy the morning show, and also definitely check out the Puck Dogs with me and Chris. Those videos should be released pretty soon. And got 13 game card in the NHL tomorrow night, plus the puck dog parlay we got going. Definitely check that out. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified. And I heard that Jovan's got his parlay videos getting back going once he just figures out the computer. I think he'll have it going tonight. Check that out. You'll see all you have Jay's jam session, Ron's breakdown, and definitely check that out. Like, subscribe, so you don't miss out on any of that content. But we love to pound.
Miss out on any of the content, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, so when those videos drop, you get them right away. There's no waiting. You're on there on them, and ready to get the best numbers when you get them live. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tony. You have yourself a wonderful weekend, and everybody else, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Good luck with all your bets. Let's get it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe.
Be safe.
Don't get too many drinks.
And be on time tomorrow, everyone. Rod Sawacki here on the drive-through. There you go. As they say in the old days, if you're calling sick, it better be from a hospital. All right, so you got to have to tune in.
Yeah, exactly. No 24-hour flu. No 24-hour flu allowed. Come on.
We need a room. We need a hospital and a room number if you're going to call in. Okay, that's what we need. Rod.
And if you don't call, the dog is better eating the phone. So, right?
That's right. That's right.
The dog better eating the phone. He couldn't make the call.
That's right. No question about that. Rod Sawacki here on the drive. We'll talk to Rod next week. All right, let's continue on here on the show, guys. It's time for my pick. We'll go to the NBA tonight. We're going to go to this Timberwolves and the Bulls game tonight, and we're going to be on the underdog here. Timberwolves here plus the 2.5, and it's mainly because the Minnesota form has been pretty good here on the road, and that's one thing I've noticed here. They shoot the ball well. Of course, we do have a laundry list here for this Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert, Reed, Rivers is in question here, but Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Anderson's put together some good numbers here for this Timberwolves team. And when you look at them here, they've won 6 of 9 on the road. They're shooting the ball well, 51%, 41% from 3. They've been shooting the ball well, 117 points per 100 possessions. Of course, the Bulls dropped that game at home to Sacramento, and didn't shoot particularly well in that game. And they gave up 49% shooting here to the Kings, and of course they gave up that game-winning 3. But the Bulls have lost 5 of 7 at home. They're shooting only 34% from 3 at home over that period of time. It's just the Wolves shooting form better, so we'll take Minnesota here at plus the 2.5. And guys, make sure you check out Pick Dogs Stream. I got 4 premium plays on the board right now. I have a 3-pack from college basketball from the late sessions, also in action from the NBA with the best bet. My $15 premium pick is an NBA play tonight, so get on board there. Of course, my 3-pack from college basketball is on the board, so go ahead and get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. Javon's standing by to help us out with the recap, and then we'll close out the weekend for you guys. Let's go ahead and let's get to the recap screen. We're going to go ahead and pull it up here in a second. And we'll be ready to roll here with Javon joining me here on the recap. Let's get to the recap screen. Maybe I went too far. Let me see if we can find it here again in a second. I will have my Switch box corrected by Monday. I got to program all the shortcut keys all over again. That's going to be exciting for me to do on the weekend. So let me find Javon here in a second. It was a screw up when he did the software upgrade. What it did is it deleted all my shortcuts, which is just couldn't upset me. All right, here we go. Recap here, joined by Javon. Here we go. Al Ninos joined us. 76ers first quarter, laid the 3.5 against the Hornets. Jay was on the Lakers, laid the 4.5 against the Mavericks. Brad Kent plus 4.5 against Indiana. Javon Providence plus 4.5 against Kentucky. Brian Drake plus 2.5 against Miami. James Cavaliers laid the 5 against the Wizards. Rod Gonzaga laid the 15.5 against Grand Canyon. I'll be on the T-Wolves plus the 2.5 against the Bulls. All right, Javon, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna roll with Kent State.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. Kent State with Brad there, plus 4.5 against Indiana. All right, there you go, guys. That'll do for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Back again here Monday. You should tune in live here at 6 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We're bringing our cappers from Pick Dog Sports Chat Place. We'll have action for you for the picks for Monday's action. Don't forget, it always gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the morning show. We got Mitch, we got Rod, and of course Chris, and of course you'll see many of the drive-through cappers on the weekends. Javon will be on those days at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. on Saturday and Sunday. A lot of the cappers you see on our show will be there as well. Tune in. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tools show. Javon's parlay video will be up soon. Back again with his computer back that he's just received. Also, Ron Romnelli's Bank Shot Breakdown college basketball video series. Jay's with his NBA series, Jam Session, NBA Every Game on the Board, and of course, as well as the live show at 4 Eastern Time. Mills and Brad will join us here right after this show. We sign off. You stay aboard, guys, and check out that UFC show. Get those picks from Brad and Mills following us. And don't forget David Racy with his Shorts video series. So lots happening here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. So guys, remember, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Just set those notifications. We're going to do a sign-off. And then Brad and Mills will do a sign-in. So keep those notifications ready because Brad and Mills will be coming on over this channel giving out UFC picks. So make sure we're going to bring the guys on. Wave goodbye to you guys. We'll say goodbye from the drive-thru, but don't go anywhere. Just keep that computer handy. You get your phone ready. Set those notifications because Mills and Brad will come on live with that UFC show. We'll talk to you.